Earlier in the newscast, we told you about the recommended changes for when a woman should get a mammogram.
That's right. Those changes have left a lot of women just scratching their heads trying to figure out what to do, and many are just plain angry.
Fox News reporter Renee Dials has that story.
Nancy Hofto says the government's new recommendations on when women should get mammograms and how often could cost lives.
And I'm very concerned, and I'm really even go so far as to say I'm angry about the recommendations. I know that early detection saves lives.
Hofto was diagnosed with breast cancer last September. She says today she's cancer-free because the disease was found early.
I don't even have to think twice in believing that in fact it has saved my life to have that mammogram.
The government task force released new guidelines this week that say most women in their 40s should not routinely get mammograms, and women 50 to 74 should get a mammogram every other year instead of annually. The new recommendations contradict what the American Cancer Society has been telling women for years. Mary Catherine Walker is with the local chapter. She says their advice has not changed.
The American Cancer Society still stands behind their previous guidelines.
Another recommendation from the government task force is drawing criticism from the organization. The task force says breast self-exams do no good and say women shouldn't be taught to do them.
We know that kind of blew my mind too, because that's not even hurting anybody for people to continue to do that. It's not costing any money, and it's saving lives. So I really wonder why they would say that.
The government panel of doctors and scientists concluded that the early and frequent screenings often lead to false alarms and unneeded biopsies without substantially improving women's odds of survival. But some women, like Hofto, say they'll continue to get their mammograms every year, no matter what the government guidelines say. In Mobile, I'm Renee Dials for Fox 10 News.
Well, the government says the new guidelines are for the general population, not for those considered to be at high risk of breast cancer.